Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, that was very loud. We will begin the ceremonies in about 5 minutes, so if everybody can just kind of find your seats within that time and just get ready for the show to start. And we have Lionel Ernest and Tyson Bear, if you're in the building, if you could come and just come up to the podium and we'll have a quick talk before we get going. Thank you. Lionel Ernest from the Waterhead Drummers. If you're here, can you please come up to the podium? Thank you. officially begin the graduation ceremonies of 2023, starting with the processional march and introduction of graduates in just a moment. Before we bring the graduates in, there are a few points of procedure to go over. 1, please keep the runway clear so that our graduates can make their way to the stage. 2, the school and school property are non-smoking and vaping areas. Please refrain from smoking or vaping on school property. And lastly, please either have your phones on silent or turned off.
Here to introduce your graduates of 2023 are Renee Weeb and Brian Brander.
Aspen McKee.
Just try to never grow up.
Summeran Palat.
We try to
Sean Michael Ludwig.
little brother's favorite songs. I just realized every
Lenny Ludwig.
new apartment in a big city, they just dropped me off.
Ayla Shikotko.
Mason Paramchak.
Caden Ludvigsen.
Wish I'd never grown up. It could still be simple.
Connor LaHoo.
It's a little. Oh, darling, don't you ever go.
Tommy Trutch.
Nobody hurt you. Only Lord break.
Aubrey Wilfig.
Just try to never go. Oh,
Abby Johnson.
just never grow.
Ryan Edwards.
Asher Aleem.
Kale Rathbone.
Aiden Schmidt.
Wesley Trutch.
Clay Sellinger.
Alyssa Aarons.
Ren Rowland.
Jenny Hounsel.
Kaylin Rasmussen.
Brennan Congrove.
Tate Gunderson. Braxton Durant.
Spencer Streletsky.
Aiden Swanderwood.
Drew the Liberty.
Lane Calvert.
Ashton Weigel.
Cody Trache.
Zane Campbell Gunn.
Alex Mysticacat.
Jinwoo Hyun.
Alyssa Dick.
Shelby Copeland.
Brooke Kelly.
Courtney McIntosh.
Madison Landstead.
Sean DeRocher.
Rain Lumley.
William Rodriguez.
Lacey Perry.
Olivia Campbell.
Nevaeh Van Dale.
Sydney La Liberty.
Carl Burray. Morgan McKay.
Ray Briones.
Delina Townsend.
Janelle Schumacher.
Sierra Olet.
Genevieve Fay.
Julia Hodgson.
Zach Fiddler.
Soraya Gladue.
Colt Esquash.
Matthew Fillion.
Seth Morin. Emma Paul.
Carson Russell.
Cruz Salima.
Noah Thompson.
Jaylene La Liberty.
Drea Brander.
Peyton Getz.
Kyliandra Renier.
Tiana LaFond.
Autumn Gladue.
Taylor Lalonde.
Osandi Karunananda.
Francesca Twankin.
Dolan Lenny.
Ludwig.
Max LaValle.
Sawyer Norman.
Caitlin Bear.
Harley King.
Nicole Pasquale.
Jewel Machas.
Chantel Maliari.
Sadie Villeneuve.
Kara Kavanaugh.
Julia Fillion.
Noelle Scrivener.
Shanna Rediron.
Summer Bear.
Hannah Shepard.
Shaylee Desjardins.
All right, if you are able, please stand and remove hats as Piper McFarland, accompanied by Darlene Sen, sings our national anthem.
With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada,
As we gather here today, we acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory and homeland of the Métis. We pay our respect to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. At this time, we are pleased to welcome Lionel Ernest and drummers from Waterhead to share their drumming talents.
All right, good afternoon, honored guests and graduates. I am Trent Marsh,
And I am Marika Chiverton.
and we will be your Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon.
We will now begin the program with the salutations to the graduands. We would like to call upon Mrs. Judy Piggott, the representative for the School Community Council, to bring greetings to the graduands.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, teachers, staff, parents, grandparents, and most incredible graduates. Congratulations. To my great honor, it's to stand here representing our school community council. On behalf of the SCC, we would like to congratulate parents, grandparents, and graduates for this amazing year and amazing milestone you've accomplished. We know how exciting and scary and adventurous this time is, but graduates, just remember, you have many people supported you, encouraged you, and here for you. And we're always going to be here for you. It takes a village to raise a child, and I truly believe that. One advice that I always think about when I was a student, and I'm telling it to my kids, don't let your dream, if it takes so long, to discourage you from achieving it. Because those years are going to come no matter what. So go for it. Be there. We're going to support you. But don't discourage yourself for achieving your dreams. Once again, congratulations, and may the doors of endless opportunities and possibilities open in front of you. We wish you a very successful and bright future.
We would now like to call upon Mayor Merlin Seymour to bring greetings on behalf of the City of Meadow Lake.
Good afternoon to the Carpenter High School faculty, graduates, all family members, and their esteemed guests, along with our Member of Parliament, Gary Vidal. Former Chief Jeremy Norman will be joining you shortly. I'm honored to be here today, standing here today, celebrating the graduating class of 2023 for all of their achievements so far. You have all worked hard to get to this point, and I believe you will continue to achieve things in the future. This ceremony marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. To some of you, graduation comes as a welcome relief, and to others, it's bittersweet as you look back on the memories and friends you made throughout the years. Whether you are moving on to post-secondary, entering the workforce, or pursuing other paths, the knowledge and experience you have gained here will be invaluable. Believe in yourselves and your abilities. You have accomplished so much already, and the future holds endless possibilities for you. As you embark on the next phase of your life, never stop learning and growing. Embrace your imagination and welcome every opportunity that comes your way. Challenge yourself and others to do great things, be great people, and go great lengths to reach your version of success. Remember that failure is not the opposite of success, but rather a stepping stone towards it. I have no doubt that each and every one of you will go on to do great things in this world. On behalf of myself and the Council of the City of Meadow Lake, I would like to send heartfelt congratulations to the graduating class of 2023. Thank you.
We would like to call upon Jeremy Norman, representative of Flying Dust First Nation, to bring greetings to our graduands.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Flying Dust First Nation, leadership in the community, I want to congratulate all these grads. This is a big day for Flying Dust. We got 27 grads here today, and It's the most our community's ever had. You know, we started our own school many years ago, not to segregate from the communities, Meadow Lake and Flying Dust, but to try and teach our young people who they were, to be proud of who they are and accept who they are. You know, as a young man, I went to school in Meadow Lake, and things were different back then. There was racism was very open. You know, a spit on at hockey games by parents. List goes on. You know, and it's a proud day to be here today, to see the drummers, to see the openness to our culture and our people, you know, to be accepted of who we are. And I want to thank the teaching staff here that put that forth. You know, I just want to say a few words to the grads. You know, you might not know what you want to be right now today. You might, I know I didn't have it figured out. You know, I went through probably 10 jobs in my lifetime, and don't be stressed out about not knowing what you're going to do tomorrow. It'll play itself out, you know. To the teachers, you know, you guys do an amazing job. What the previous speaker was saying about it takes a community or a reservation or a village to build a child. It truly does, you know. Kids, all the teachers that had their hand in these kids' lives, they spend more time with these kids than we do. And I just want to thank those teachers, you know. Parents, pat yourselves on the back, you know. My wife was a teacher, and she passed away a couple years ago, and education wasn't important for me. So I just want to say how proud I am of my son, because I didn't wake him up in the morning. I didn't push him to do homework. You know, and there's other kids on this stage that lost parents, and you know, I'm proud of you guys, proud of everybody here, and you know, it's a proud day to celebrate. You know, we take the hardships as they come, and we enjoy days like this, you know, so be proud parents, be proud students. Thank you.
All right, the Governor General Medal, established in 1873, recognizes graduating students who have achieved the highest academic average. On behalf of Her Excellency, the Right Honourable Mary Simon, Governor General of Canada, we are pleased to have our Member of Parliament, Mr. Gary Vidal, present the academic medal to Noel Scrivener. And we can just do that up at the front of the stage. So to give greetings to our graduates and to present the Governor General's Medal for the highest academic average from the year 2023, we would like to call upon our Member of Parliament, Mr. Gary Vidal.
That has to be one of the coolest things I get to do every year. To recognize somebody that's achieved significant excellence. So congratulations, Noel. I'm very proud to be the Member of Parliament for Desnethie-Missinippi Churchill River. For those of you that don't know, Desnethie-Missinippi Churchill River is the north 54% of the province of Saskatchewan. And I'm proud to be the Member of Parliament for that 350,000 square kilometers. I want to thank Mayor Seymour and Chief Norman for the words of wisdom that they've shared with us already, and for the opportunity to share the stage with them today. It's always great to come home, to be here in Meadow Lake at graduation. After being away for several months, at the end of June, I get to come home and I get to be with all of you here as we celebrate these wonderful young people today. As a CHS grad, a Carpenter High School grad, what seems like about 100 years ago, as a grad from about 100 years ago, there's something comforting to be here and see the traditions that continue year after year through the generations in our community. And although a lot has changed, today is always a special day. It's always a very, very special day to be here. Like Chief Norman said, I wanted to offer some well-deserved thank yous. First of all, to the teachers and the support staff, both here at Carpenter and around at the rest of the schools and the communities around our area. You've all played a role in getting these graduates to this point, and you deserve recognition for that role that you played. The effort in guiding young people through a significant time in their lives and their journey leaves an impression much larger than you sometimes ever know. So thank you for what you've done. For the parents and the families and other significant people that have played an important role in getting these young people here today. All the work that led to this day is a special achievement, and it needs to be acknowledged. It's a day worth celebrating for you as well, so thank you for the contributions you've made on these journeys. To the grads, school graduation brings both a sense of accomplishment and a conclusion to what seems like a very long chapter. There's a point in life where each of you has earned the right to determine what your future holds. That can be a bit scary at times, but you know what? Sometimes in a complicated world, the answers are very simple. So no matter what you decide to do or where you decide to go, remember that you alone control your credibility and integrity as a person, more than how much money you make or what kind of job you have. Those characteristics will define your life forever. If I could offer you one simple piece of advice that I offered to my kids many years ago when they were graduating, I would leave you with this simple piece of advice that a very wise person shared with me when I was young. They said to me, if you always tell the truth, you never have to remember what you said. With that, grads, congratulations, enjoy today, and I wish you the best on the journey before you. Thank you for having me here.
We now call on Mr. Jim Snodgrass to give the principal's address.
All right, good afternoon, graduates. Special guests, presenters, parents, staff, the community, welcome to Carpenter High School. Parents, guardians, you did it. We're here. This is very exciting. And we're super proud of all these students on our stage here today. And so on behalf of the school division, we want to thank you, parents and guardians, for your commitment and all your support for all these years. Teachers, your students did it. You did it. And I'm not just talking about the teachers in the room today, I'm talking about all the teachers that have guided their path for the last 13 years. Kindergarten, grade 12. Your commitment, your hard work, your dedication have resulted in another wonderful group of students graduating today. So let's give them a big round of applause. Graduates, when I look at you, I flash back to my own graduation day. And sitting there, I was really excited to be done high school. I knew I was going to university, and I couldn't wait to move on to the next chapter in my life. What I didn't expect, and Jeremy talked about this, is all the jobs I would have. Starting at 18 at the end of grade 12 to now, right? In my education degree, or my education career. And so I've worked all sorts of jobs. I've worked construction, maintenance, a dishwasher in Rainfields on 8th Street. Maybe you've been there. A director of a summer camp. A berry picker. So if you ever need a job, guys, you're in Saskatoon, go to the Saskatoon Berry Barn, right along the river. Always looking for berry pickers, okay? And I worked in every province from Manitoba to BC and back to Saskatchewan in the field of biology. And I thought I'd share 2 quick lessons with you from all those journeys and all those jobs I've had. And the number 1 lesson is work hard, work harder. Hard work pays off. And number 2, be open to opportunities and new experiences. They will open doors for you, allow you to meet new people, and allow you to learn new things. Your life will be richer having experienced them. Well, graduates, enjoy this day. This is a very special day. Embrace the days to come. Know that we are all super proud of you. And have a great evening, have an even better summer, and all the best in your future. Congratulations.
To present a thank you to the parents, we now call upon Paxton McKee.
Good afternoon, everybody. As we stand here today, on the edge of a new chapter in our lives, I think it's important to take a moment to reflect on the people who have helped us get to this point. Our parents, guardians, and grandparents have been there for us every step of the way, providing love, support, and guidance as we've grown into the people we are today. Each of them having to step into the difficult and treacherous role of parent. I know it hasn't been easy. I'm sure many of these students sitting on this stage have stomped to their room because they weren't allowed out, or cried on the floor in front of their Xbox because their mom refused to buy them V-Bucks. But they never gave up on us, and they never stopped loving us. Parents and kids both make mistakes, but we grow and learn together. And with their patience and unconditional love, a truly special bond is created. They've cheered us on as we pursued our passions and celebrated with us as we've achieved our goals. They've been there to comfort us when things didn't go as planned and to pick us up when we fell down. They've been our biggest advocates, our support system, and our rocks. And now, as we prepare to embark on the next phase of our lives, it's important to recognize the sacrifices our parents have made to get us here. They've given up so much to ensure that we have the best possible future, and we owe them a debt of gratitude that can never be fully repaid. So, today I want to take a moment to say thank you to the parents, guardians, and grandparents. We can't express how much we appreciate everything you've done for us. You've been there for us through thick and thin, and we know we wouldn't be where we are today without you. Thank you for the countless hours you've spent helping us with our homework, for the early mornings and late nights spent driving us to our activities, and for the unwavering support you've shown us throughout our lives. Thank you for the sacrifices you made, for putting your own needs aside to ensure that we have everything we need to succeed. As we move forward, I know that we'll face challenges and obstacles, but I also know that we have the love and support of our parents to help us through. So, let's take a moment to thank them for everything they've done, and to promise to make them proud as we continue on our journey. We, if we choose to go down that path, could only hope we could be the half the parent or guardian you all are today. Thank you.
To present a thank you to the teachers, we ask Shelby Copeland to come forward.
To be or not to be? That is the question we all asked ourselves trying to get through a Hamlet quiz in English B30. But even then, I think we can all collectively agree that we owe our English teachers a lot for everything they taught us. We even had an English teacher who postponed her retirement, again, to teach us this year. This afternoon, I was given the privilege of thanking the teachers and staff for all the hard work they put in over the course of our school careers. And all of them can attest to the fact that I am a procrastinator, and I did write this speech at 12 o'clock last night. But not because I didn't know what to say, but rather that there is too much to be said. In the years to come, there will be a lot of things we will forget about high school as we grow up and begin our lives as adults. But there is one thing that will stick with us forever, and that is the memory of our teachers and the staff members. We will remember all the times you caught us in the hallway to check up on our future plans and ask if we were on track to achieve them. Or we will think back to those Sunday morning reminder texts to study for the test on Monday. We will remember always being met with a smile as we came to the school, even if we were coming in 10 minutes late. It's these seemingly small acts that will stick with us as we continue to grow up and move on. It's the little things we won't forget, but instead look back on with fond memories. We are exceedingly grateful for all the hours you spent on us, planning activities, trips, events, and even marking our schoolwork. We are especially grateful for the teachers that made the test exactly the same as the review. And marked our assignments even though they were 2 weeks overdue. You did your jobs with patience and positivity, and we recognize the care you have for us as students. So thank you for taking us to tournaments every weekend, for planning canoe trips, and giving us the skills we need to grow up, and letting us learn and grow on our own terms. I could go on and list 100 things, but I won't, because otherwise this speech would be very long. But all this is to say that the things we will remember about high school aren't the projects or the time we spent studying, but it's the good memories we made, and it's the staff that made it all possible. The staff are the people that we will remember from school the most. In 20 years, we will still remember the teachers that kept chocolate granola bars in their desks for us, or the staff members that would get way too competitive when joining us in sports. But all humor aside, the staff are also the ones who have fought the hardest to see us walk across this stage today. And as a class, we are truly grateful. So on behalf of the graduating class of 2023, I would like to say thank you to the staff of Carpenter High School for getting us here with a smile on your face.
Now, we will present the bursaries and scholarships to our graduates. Grads, as best you can, because you have a list of who's winning what scholarship, please kind of make your way closer to the aisle so that you're ready to receive your scholarships when you're called. And then presenters, when you hear the name of your scholarship coming up, then you can just go present it at the front of the stage. The Northwest School Division Scholarship Committee was formed in 1991. The committee's goals are twofold. One is to collect and then distribute scholarships to the graduating class. The second goal is to encourage the students from the school division to continue their education at a post-secondary institution. The scholarships that these students receive today will be for their use when they are attending a university or technical school. To receive a scholarship, the graduate must complete an application form and have a plan to further their education. Each scholarship is worth at least $300. Those businesses, service clubs, or individuals who have donated at least $300 are invited to present their scholarships at these ceremonies. We are proud to present monies to our grads who are planning to pursue their education. We are extremely grateful to the generous people of Meadow Lake, the businesses, individuals, service clubs, and sports clubs. Thank you, Meadow Lake. This year, our scholarship totals are $29,550. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the list of scholarships. So starting with Ryder Bud. Ryder Bud will be receiving the Chad Steeney Memorial Scholarship. Chad Steeney, a graduate of Carpenter High School, was an outstanding student and athlete who was respectful of teachers and students and led through his actions both on the court and in the classroom. The Chad Steeney Memorial Scholarship is awarded annually to a student who displays excellence in athletics, academics, and leadership. It's valued at $1,500, and the presenter is already presented, Mr. Chicago. Noelle Scribner. Noelle will be receiving the Toco Industries Scholarship, valued at $1,000, presented by Dr. Will Gee. Noelle will also be receiving the Eleanor Mays Scholarship, and this has a write-up with it as well. Clarence and Eleanor Mays were longtime residents of Meadow Lake. The Clarence and Eleanor Mays Memorial Scholarship was established in 1998 as per the wishes of the late Eleanor Mays for the purpose of helping others pursue an education. Eleanor had a love and passion for history. Therefore, the scholarship is awarded annually to the top history student at CHS. Its value is $800, and this will be presented by Ms. Chiverton for a total of $1,800. Drea Brander will receive a scholarship from Toco Industries for $1,000, presented by Dr. Will Gee. Drea will also receive Francis & Company Scholarship, valued at $300, presented by Emma Wilfing, for a total of $1,300. Paxton McKee will receive the Ron Dosdall Memorial, and this has a write-up with it as well. Ron Dosdall was a teacher at Carpenter High School for 30 years and was a passionate coach that valued the importance of post-secondary education. Ron's family set up the Ron Dosdall Memorial Scholarship to commemorate this belief. As an educator, Ron promoted academic success and was a sports enthusiast who he became known for his passion, coaching, and competitiveness. He exemplified a love of life, sports, and was a loyal friend to many. The scholarship is awarded annually to a student who displays excellence in athletics, academics, and leadership. This is valued at $1,800 and is presented by Belle Dosdall. Aubrey Wilfing will be receiving the Medill's Pharmacy Scholarship for $500, the Eagle Creek motor products for $500, and these are both presented by Miss Chiverton. Aubrey will also be receiving the Meadow Lake Lions Club Scholarship for $800, and this is presented by Gary Rapke for a total of $1,800. Carson Russell will receive the Meadow Lake Agricultural Society Scholarship for $500. This is also presented by Gary Rapke. Carson will also be receiving the Eagle Creek Motor Products Scholarship for $500 and the Community Scholarship for $200, both presented by Miss Chiverton for a total of $1,200. Shelby Copeland will receive the Meadow Lake Lions Club Scholarship for $800, presented by Gary Rapke. Shelby will also be receiving the Martadam's The Clothing People Scholarship for $500, presented by Jessica Martadam for a total of $1,300. Julia Hodgson will receive the Meadow Lake Royal Canadian Legion Scholarship for $500, presented by Aloha Tuano. Julia will also receive the Meadow Lake Elks Lodge Scholarship for $500 and a Community Scholarship valued at $200, presented by Mr. Shikotko for a total of $1,200. Ayla Shikotko will receive the Meadow Lake Royal Canadian Legion Scholarship for $500, presented by Aloha Tuano. Ayla will also receive the Jackson Bolster Inclusion Scholarship for $500, presented by Jackson Bolster. And lastly, Ayla will receive the Community Scholarship for $200, presented by Miss Chiverton for a total of $1,200. Ethan Marsh will receive the Meadow Lake Curling Club Scholarship for $300, presented by Ed and Val Richter. Ethan will also be receiving the Jackson Bolster Inclusion Scholarship for $500, presented by Jackson Bolster for a total of $800. Rain Lumley will receive the Meadow Lake Mechanical Pulp Scholarship for $500, presented by Lisa Carbert-Pliska. Rain will also receive the Pine Ridge Sports Scholarship for $500 and the Community Scholarship for $200, both presented by Ms. Chiverton for a total of $1,200. Kara Kavanaugh will receive the Meadow Lake Physician Scholarship for $500 presented by Annette Villehou. Kara will also receive a community scholarship valued at $700 presented by Ms. Chiverton for a total of $1,200. Bennett Honeyford will be receiving the PACE Inclusion Scholarship, and that has a write-up with it. PACE is an organization of local families who advocate on behalf of children and individuals with exceptionalities. It is a diverse group of empowered people promoting a safe environment of acceptance, inclusion, and support. This $500 book grant goes to a graduating student who has exemplified these qualities and volunteered numerous hours for our organization. This is valued at $500 and presented by Ben Stang. Bennett will also receive a community scholarship valued at $300 presented by Ms. Chiverton for a total value of $800. Tate Gunnarsson will receive the Green Acres School Community Council Scholarship for $500 and the Community Scholarship for $300, both presented by Mr. Chicago for a total of $800. Sean DeRocher will receive the CHS SRC Scholarship for $300, presented by Judah Urbano. Sean will also receive the Meadow Lake Stampede Association Scholarship, valued at $300, presented by Mr. Chicago, for a total of $600. Talon Pickett will receive the Meadow Lake Co-op Scholarship, valued at $1,000, presented by John Decker. Lane Calvert will receive the Meadow Lake Co-op Scholarship, valued at $1,000, and I'm guessing this is not presented by John Decker. Ryan Edwards will receive the Meadow Lake Volleyball Camp Scholarship, valued at $300, presented by Shane Dallin. Ryan will also be receiving the Parent Grad Committee Scholarship for 2023, valued at $300 from Coral Bud, for a total value of $600. That's all good, no worries. It's just in the screen. All right, Chantel Malari will receive the North Sask Forest Products Scholarship for $300, the Community Scholarship for $200, both presented by Mr. Chicago for a total of $500. Ryuji Buenaventura will receive Meadow Lake Hospital Nurses Scholarship for $500, presented by Mr. Chicago. Emma Ludwig will receive another Meadow Lake Hospital Nurses Scholarship for $500, presented by Ms. Chiverton. Shanna Red Iron will also be receiving a Meadow Lake Hospital Nurses Scholarship, valued at $500, also presented by Ms. Shiverton. Sydney Liberty will be receiving the Dr. James McKee and Family Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Dr. James McKee. Max LaValle will be receiving the Meadow Lake Cadet Scholarship, valued at $250, presented by Julie Van Dale. Max will also be receiving the Home Hardware Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Wayne Marsh, for a value of $750. Tyler Wassing will be receiving the Northwest College Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Dr. Dean Alquist. Lacey Perry will be receiving the Pinnacle Solutions Scholarship for $300 and the Community Scholarship for $200, both presented by Mr. Chicago for a total value of $500. Mr. Chicago will now be presenting 3 community scholarships, each valued at $500, to the following students. First, Jinwoo Hyun. Up next, Soraya Gladue. Lastly, we have Julia Fillion. Now, Ms. Jiverton will be presenting 9 community scholarships, all valued at $300 to the following students. Cruz Salima. Kyliandra Renier. Osandi Karunananda. Jenny Hounsell. Jewel Matei. Sean Bernard. Abby Johnson. Francesca Tonquin. And Shaylee Desjardins. So thank you again to the community for all of this scholarship money valued at $29,550. Our next scholarship will be presented to Braxton Durant. This is the Saskatchewan Youth Apprenticeship Scholarship for $1,000, and this will be presented by Jesse Chicago. Now, the Canadian Parents for French bursaries will be presented by Jessica Martindam. These bursaries are all valued at $400 and will be presented to the following students. Noelle Scrivener. Aubrey Wilfing. Shelby Copeland. Drea Brander. Ayla Shakako. Carson Russell. Sean DeRocher. Ryan Edwards. And Beckett Hodenbaugh. And that's it for scholarships and bursaries. Thank you for listening, everybody.
We now ask Sean Bernard to introduce the guest speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to call up our guest speaker and be able to present them today. So, the guest speaker is a teacher who is going to be dearly missed by the class of 2023. From being in his classroom, from hearing the impact of his teaching, and just him engaging with the students in general. This teacher creates an impact with the way he engages with the students, the way he has taught me, and the way many students have many memories of being in that classroom. He has this ability to be able to make each student feel seen and heard. And it is an honor and out of respect to call up this teacher, the only person I know who would fight a bear and willingly ride their bike anywhere as if it's the 1800s, Derek Iftoda.
I've been a teacher for 20 years now. The majority of that time has been here at Carpenter High School, and being a high school teacher in a small town, it really gives you a really unique perspective in the community. For starters, you get to know a lot of people. Year after year after year with new students every year, it starts to add up over the years. So I know thousands of students that I've taught already, thousands of parents, former students, parents of former students. You get to be quite recognizable in a small town. This exposure, it creates some difficulties. This exposure, this recognizability seems to manifest itself when I go to the grocery store. There's no such thing as a quick grocery run in my world. I go in, I get in a conversation, here's a student that I know, there's a former student that I know. What should be a short trip ends up being, 4 or 5 conversations later, significantly longer than it should be. But I like that, I like talking. However, this is sometimes a source of annoyance for my family. For example, if we're heading out to Great Lake and we're already 30 minutes behind schedule, we're heading through town and I realize I've got to grab a bag of spits from Extra Foods and I walk in, should take 5 minutes to grab one item, but as soon as I walk in, a few people at the till say hi to me, I go to the produce section, have a conversation there, go through the bakery, have a conversation there. What should have been 5 minutes ends up being about 35 minutes. My kids, I've got 2 kids, a 9-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter. They were made aware of this recognizability a few years ago. Walked in, many conversations later, I get to the back of the store and Eli, he was about 7 at the time. He looks at me and says, "Dad, you famous?" I was like, "No, man, I'm not famous." And he's like, "But how come everyone knows you?" And I said, "Well, I teach high school in a small town. I've taught a lot of these people you see here." And he's like, "Well, you are famous then." I was like, "Well, no, maybe I'm Meadow Lake famous." And I thought that conversation ended there. But it turns out, to my surprise and my embarrassment, that's how my kids have been introducing me to people when I'm not there. That their dad is Meadow Lake famous. Now you all know me, and I invite you all to further impede my grocery store runs when you see me at Extra Foods, which I understand is going to be a no frills pretty soon. You heard this? I don't know how I feel about that. The reason being, both Extra Foods and No Frills are owned by the same company, Loblaws. Is No Frills a step up from Extra Foods, or did Meadow Lake just get demoted to grocery store? And if we did get demoted, what did we do to deserve that? I don't know, but what I do know, I know this building. I love my job. I love coming here every day. I really enjoy what I do. Because it's never boring. There's always something that can be thrown at you in the day that you don't expect. When you spend all day, every day working with adolescents, you get exposed to a lot of conversations, situations, observations that most people don't get to see. So that's what I want to do today. I want to give you that window of what I see. I want to give you a glimpse of what it's like to work with these people right here. But the problem is I've got hundreds of stories and conversations I'd like to share with you. There's over 110 people up on stage here, and if I just talk about each of them for 30 seconds, that's going to be well over an hour, and you don't want that. So what I did was I wrote out 5 different versions of this speech. And over the course of those 5 versions, just about everyone on stage gets spoken about. But I'm only going to read one of those versions today. Here's each of the versions here. And I'm going to ask Jeremy Norman, which one do you want today? 1 through 5, give me a number. 1. He's going 3. So now, if anyone feels left out or offended that I didn't talk about them, don't take it up with me, take it up with Jeremy. Let's see, hold on. All right, this is a good one. There, for starters, I want to give an acknowledgement, or actually acknowledgements. I'm Ukrainian, and growing up Ukrainian, I've been to many Ukrainian funerals and weddings and anniversaries and birthday parties and celebrations, and part of a tradition that we do when we get together, we'd always acknowledge who's traveled furthest to be here today. And without asking each person in the room here, I think I know the 2 groups that have traveled the furthest. I believe that's Jinwoo's grandparents and Osangi's grandparents, am I right? Jinwoo, where's your grandparents? Can you give me a wave? Where are you? They traveled all the way from Korea to be here today. Sondi, where's your grandparents right now? Do you see them? Can you give me a wave? Where's the Sondi's grandparents? I don't see. Trust me, they're there somewhere. They've traveled all the way from Sri Lanka to be here today. I put that in Google Maps, and from Korea to Meadow Lake, it's 8,000 kilometers. From Sri Lanka to Meadow Lake, it's 14,000 kilometers. So good on you. Now I'd like to share some observations that I've made in this building. Last semester, I had a grade 12 history class, and the students were complaining. They were complaining about how boring high school was. More so, they were lamenting about how much fun elementary school used to be. So I said, hey, I can be fun. What do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do. And they elected to have a show and tell session. So I was like, whatever, let's do show and tell. I didn't think much of it. I didn't really take them serious. That's until the next day when Matthew waved to the crowd. He's up on stage there. Until Matthew walks in with a goat. It was a real goat. Princess. Matthew, she's still with us? Yes? Good. Princess still good. That same class, same show and tell session, I had another observation. And now, I don't know if you remember being in school, being in elementary school, and being part of show and tell, but do you ever remember that kid that really wanted to take part in show and tell, but forgot the item, so they just run to their locker, run to their desk, and just grab anything and pretend that's the item they wanted to show? That happened here. After Princess left the room and we swept up all the goat droppings, I asked the class and said, anyone else want to turn? And William Rodrigue, where are you, William? There he is. William jumps up and he's like, I got something. And he goes, I'll be right back. And he takes off. A couple minutes later, he comes running back into class with a hubcap. And he went on, he took center stage in the room, and he goes on for the next 10 minutes how much he loves this hubcap and how much it means to him. And so if anyone who uses the student parking lot is missing a hubcap, talk to William. I'd like to share some conversations that I've had over the past few months. I've been going around and speaking to many of these people as I could, asking them many questions about grad, about what they're looking forward to, what they're excited about, what they're anxious about. And one question I asked was, what are the fondest memories of this place? And many, it seemed like all the answers fell into a particular theme. This one was, so many students recalled or remember their fondest memories. You were playing on some sports team. The girls' basketball team, the girls' A team, describe how close they are with each other, how close they are with their coaches, and their teammates felt more like family than fellow players. The boys' volleyball team spoke with excitement about bringing home a provincial banner this year. The girls' B basketball team spoke about their end of the season get-together where they elected to have a sleepover here at the school where they played a game of hide and seek all night. The boys' basketball team spoke about an exciting season, and they spoke about a particularly exciting event in one of the games. Apparently, this big, jacked, 6'5" center from Winston Knoll got mad at Asher. Where's Asher? Give a wave, man. There you are. Got mad at Asher and grabbed Asher really aggressively. And I asked the boys that are telling me this story, I was like, what did you do? Did you run out and help them? And they're like, no, we were looking for our phones. We wanted to get a video of it. I've learned some new words working with high school students. Many of these words are very contextual. They don't make sense unless they're spoken in the proper context. And the new word, I don't know how you're going to do this. The new word that I learned this year is bird-illegal. Bird-illegal. Hold on. See, that word only makes sense when it's used in the proper context, much like the word Skoden. First time I heard my students using the word Skoden was a few years ago. They were saying it in my classroom, and I stopped and I said, what are you saying? They said, we're saying Skoden. I said, what does Skoden mean? And they said, it means get ready to fight. I said, no, it doesn't. I said, how does that possibly mean get ready to fight? So the student was telling me, he squares up with me and he's like, Skoden. I was like, oh yes, that's exactly what it means. I get it. So this word, bird-illegal, I've got a tradition in my classroom wherever we find out it's someone's birthday, we make sure we sing them happy birthday. And it's great. It's awkward, it's embarrassing, it's very entertaining to watch. And a few weeks ago, it was Ethan Marsh's birthday. Ethan, wave your hand there. There's Ethan, top row. So we all sang happy birthday to Ethan, and at the end of the song I asked Ethan, I said, how old are you today, Ethan? And he says, I'm 19. Upon hearing that Ethan is now 18, several students in the class said, he's now bird illegal. Context. I'd like to share with you this absolutely absurd tradition that happens every year. This tradition is called Senior Skip Day. Senior Skip Day's been around for a long time. It originated years ago when some grade 12 students said to themselves, they said, you know what, we're all going our separate ways next year. We're all going our own directions, and we might never be able to hang out again, so you know what we should do? We should mark a day and skip school that day and hang out. Great idea. However, that was a long time ago. And a long time ago, skipping class was kind of rare. So the whole point of Senior Skip Day isn't that necessary anymore. I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but it's quite common to skip school nowadays. Students find many reasons to skip school. It could be too hot to come to class that day, or it could be too cold. Skipping school on a Friday is quite common, because it's Friday. Skipping school on a Monday is quite common, because it's Monday. If we happen to have a long weekend where we're not going to have school on Monday or Friday, well then Thursday or Tuesday becomes the day to skip then. What I'm saying is, we don't really have to set aside a designated to skip anymore. But the tradition continues. And it's not like we as a staff support Senior Skip Day, we're aware of it and we plan for it. But actually, we don't plan for it. I don't expect to see too many grade 12s in my class that day. This year, Senior Skip Day took place on Friday, June 2nd at Pagan Lake. So on Thursday, June 1st, the day before Senior Skip Day, as my grade 12s are leaving my classroom, I say goodbye to them and I say, I just want to remind everyone, please be safe at Pagan Lake tomorrow. I go back to sit down at my desk and I notice two students approaching my desk. It's Asher and Nate LaBrache. Nate says to me, he goes, hey, Toad, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Just want to let you know. I was like, hey, thanks, Nate. Now, I'm going to give some background to Nate here. Nate has really struggled with attendance this year. But to his credit, he's really turned it around these last few months, and he really didn't want to miss any classes. But Senior Skip Day, you know. So I wasn't too surprised when the boys said they weren't going to be here tomorrow. And I said, I didn't expect to see you anyway. Then to my surprise and confusion, Nate says, we have a baseball game tomorrow. I'm confused, and I see Asher looking at Nate, looking confused as well. I'm looking at him, I don't know, is he being serious? Does he think I believe him? Is he trying to be funny? So I do a follow-up question with a very condescending tone. I said, where exactly is this baseball game tomorrow, Nate? Fully expecting him to say Flotten Lake. No, what does he say? I said, where's this baseball game tomorrow, Nate? And he looks at me and he says, Lashburn. Moving on. More of those conversations that I had. One of the questions, oh, I feel this one. One of the questions I was asking the students, grad's coming up, it's stressful, everyone's planning, hair, dresses, you name it, finals. And I said, what's really stressing you out about this time of the year? What's stressing you out about this time of your life? And surprisingly, a lot of the students said the temporary closure of McDonald's is causing them grief. I agree that really screwed up my morning coffee routine, but I hear about another week and we get our drive-through back, so life will be good again. Now I'm going to divert back to the original here. Where's Sawyer? Sorry, Norma, there she is, front row. When I asked Sawyer a question, I said, Sawyer, what are you going to miss about high school? She looks at me and she says, I'm going to miss skipping class. I said, Sawyer, I can't say that up here. Think about it. I said, what about skipping class are you going to miss? And Sawyer thinks for a while, and she comes back and she goes, well, I'm going to miss hanging out with my friends whenever I want to. And I kept getting that answer from student after student over and over again. Ray Biona said he's going to miss hanging out with his friends all the time. Max LaValle said he's going to miss being surrounded by his friends all the time. Ryder Budd told me he's going to miss his friends, his teammates, and his family. And unfortunately, this is one of the sad realities of this day, of this time. This day is not only about celebrations, but it also marks a time when we start to say goodbye to each other. Many of these graduates you see here, they've been together since kindergarten. That means they've spent at least 3,000 days together. This group that you sit here today with, this combination of students, you've sat through Christmas concerts, school plays, school assemblies, pep rallies, sports trips, band trips, drama trips, canoe trips, camping trips. This combination of students sitting together here, you've been with each other for the last 13 years, and the reality is you're probably never going to sit together again. Maybe this evening you will, and tonight you'll probably be together, but after that, this chapter's over. Many of you will go to your separate ways, but these memories and experiences will stay with each of you. Hopefully when you look back at your time here, you have fond memories. I've certainly enjoyed our time together, and I thank you for giving me the last few years together. And I thank you for asking me to come up here and share this day with you today. Thank you for today. Thank you for the years we've had together. I wish you all good luck. I wish you all a good life. Thank you.
To speak on behalf of the graduating class, Ryder Budd will now give the valedictorian address.
Thank you, Mr. Britton. Hello, everybody. It's great to see you all. To begin, I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who got us this far. Teachers, parents, grandparents, family, you should know how grateful we are for everything you do for us. Thank you to FTOTA for making the most boring subject bearable. Thank you to Ms. Stobie for getting me through 5 math classes in the last 3 years. And thank you to Mr. Dowell for keeping shorts in the gym office when I forgot mine for the 12-minute run. None of us would be here if not for all your support. So again, thank you all so much. When I was writing this speech, I wanted to speak directly to my fellow grads, so that's what I'm going to do. First off, I'd like to say how proud I am of everyone graduating here today. Sometimes it feels like it's not a huge deal because everyone does it, but I don't think that should make it mean any less to you. We've all come so far, and it's incredible to see everyone's efforts paying off like this. Recently, I've noticed time has been flying by. I can remember my first day of senior year like it was yesterday. This last semester has felt like a mad dash to graduation, and this last week has gone by in a flash. I'm sure today will be done before we know it, so I want you to take a moment to slow down and really appreciate where you are. Today's the culmination of years of effort. Today's what you've been working towards in every English class, every math test, and every science project. So take a moment to really appreciate what you've accomplished and how far you've come, because it's incredible. I want to acknowledge that everyone's been through their own struggles and tough times in their lives, and I think it's truly admirable how you've all persevered. Each one of you has fought your battles and made it through. You've all put in a lot of effort to be here today, and I'm so happy for each and every one of you. In case you haven't noticed, school's been most of our lives for the last 13 years. I think it's easy to say, thank God it's over, I'm so glad I'm out of there, which is fair because it's exactly how I felt after my calculus exam yesterday. But I think it's important that we look back and appreciate all the great memories we made and the experiences we had. Whether it was band concerts, tournaments, plays, or field trips, I have so many fond memories of my time in school. I'm remembering intense lunchtime dodgeball games in Gateway, go Hawks. And of course, packing everything up in the pouring rain during the grade 8 camping trip. I'm remembering us being the first grade 9s in the high school and how intimidating that was, then our freshman year being cut short by COVID. I remember us coming back and struggling through 2.5-hour classes until we finally got our first normal year at Carpenter in grade 11. Despite our wild ride through high school, I think we turned out all right. But enough about the past. I also think it's important for everyone to look forward and have hope for the future. I think you all have the potential to do incredible things, and I'm so excited to see what you all go on to do. Whether you're leaving Meadow forever or sticking around for a while, continuing your education or getting straight to work, I hope you all find something that makes you feel happy and fulfilled. I've only been here for 18 years, but I think that's kind of the whole point. I'd like to leave you with the wise words of Andy Bernard. I wish there was a way to know you in the good old days before you've actually left them. I'm glad I got to spend those good old days here with all of you. Congratulations, grads. Thank you.
All right. We're kind of at the final part of the graduation ceremony, so I just have a few reminders before we finish things off. So in consideration of all graduates, if we could get all guests to please remain seated until all of our graduates have received their diploma and then have left the gymnasium open its doors. Pictures, they can be taken in the theater after the ceremonies have ended. Graduates, Mr. Chicago and Mrs. Prabchuk will proceed with the presentation of graduation diplomas. And grads, you will come off the stage in pairs to receive your diplomas like you practiced this morning. And this process will begin after I'm finished speaking and the music begins. And lastly, thank you to all of you for coming out. This concludes the afternoon program, and friends, family, and honored guests, please join me in congratulating Carpenter High School's graduating class of 2023.